What's up, everybody? Noah Kiss back here for my review of Finding Love in Mountain View. And this is one that sounded very similar to Sweet Carolina. After learning she's been entrusted to take care of her deceased cousin's children, the architect is torn between focusing on her career or honoring her cousin's wishes. So, this is one that sounded very, very similar. This stars Danielle Ryan and Miko Oliver. Danielle Ryan is an actress that's very interesting here because she's been in romance movies and other stuff like that. But looking at her IMDb, this is one actress that I am not very familiar with because I've seen her in things, but I didn't know she was Thing 1 in the Cat in the Hat movie with Mike Myers. She was in A Christmas Wish on the Hallmark Channel. She was in 12 Dogs of Christmas, Great Puppy Rescue. Runaway Romance with Trevor Donovan. And a movie that hardly anybody's talking about because it's a bad film starring Trevor Donovan. That is Love, Lost, and Found. She stars alongside Trevor Donovan. I do have a review up on the channel. I believe I filmed the review for that one, and I believe I uploaded it. But if not, quick thoughts. I think it's very bad. But looking at Miko Oliver is not very recognizable to me. This is coming from somebody who watches a lot of stuff. I'm seeing some Disney stuff. I'm seeing Glee. I'm seeing Bunked. I'm seeing Sam and Cat. I'm seeing a bunch of other stuff. But this is his Hallmark debut. And for a Hallmark debut, this is not too bad. Sandra L. Martin, however, she has tons of these styles of movies. And her last one was a 2020 Amish romance movie called Follow Your Heart. Really, really good. She also did How to Train Your Puppy. Or How to Train Your Husband, as is more commonly known. That one was just, yeah. I was not a fan of that one. But she also wrote most of her movies. But she has a couple movies that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to checking out Trust Fund with Jessica Roth. I'm looking forward to seeing My Sweet Holiday, which is a 2020 Christmas film from last year that I did not get to see. So, how is the film? Well, it's good. It's really, really good. There's moments in here that are really sad and heartfelt, but also moments of comedy. Same with this one. I think this one does it better because there's better chemistry between Lacey Chabert and Tyler Hynes than there is Danielle and Miko. Now, I'm not saying there's not good chemistry. There's just not enough chemistry there to really make me love this movie. Because Sweet Carolina has star power. This one does have star power as well. However, the romance just doesn't feel as real between these two. Like it does between these two. I think it's because we love these two. And we know these two. And we will always love these two. But then again, the movie isn't as concerned with, see how do I say this? Okay. It's not as concerned with giving you a backstory with the parents like this one did. You actually got to know Lacey Chabert's character. You got to know stories about them in the past. You got to know other things about them. But Sweet Carolina focused more on the romance as well as it equally focused on the trying to learn to be a parent. And there's a very sweet moment in this movie that if you are very, very emotional, you're going to get choked up. I didn't. I was just sitting there and I'm kind of like, oh, that's very cute. That's very cute and that's very sweet. This one made me want to bawl my eyes out because I loved this movie so much. Sweet Carolina is still one of my best of the year, and I will be rewatching these movies later this month. Well, I'm saying this month. It'll probably be either this month or next month, so I can actually get my Hallmark list ready. But the movie has really good chemistry between the two stars, but not enough where it makes it 100% believable. The script is good, however, there is some obvious ADRing issues here. And ADRing, if you don't know what ADRing is when they are shooting, and there's boom mics. And the boom mics and mics on the camera and the boom mics pick up the audio and pick up the dialogue. The dialogue sometimes is right where they need it to be. Sometimes the actors talk a little too loud. Sometimes they talk just a little bit too soft. And then they can't get the best take. So, after they are in the editing bay, and they start editing everything and watching everything to make sure that everything goes right, then they call the stars in, and they basically say, hey, we need you to do some ADRing. So they send them into a studio where they record music and where they record TV shows and movies and animated stuff. And they basically do that. They couldn't do that during quarantine, so what they did was they did ADRing at home. This one has some obvious ADRing not being done here. Because I think there's moments here where the sound goes in and out just a little too much. But it's not noticeable for a lot of people, but it was for me. However, Finding Love in Mountain View is still one of the better movies of this year. I really enjoyed this one. I hope it gets a DVD release. If not, then that's perfectly fine. I will just stick with my Sweet Carolina. But still a good film. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. And you're probably asking yourself, why are you wearing a Christmas shirt? Well, you'll find out in yesterday's video for my review of Roadhouse Romance. Sorry, not Roadhouse Romance. Raise the Glass to Love. Sorry, I just keep thinking about Roadhouse Romance. Roadhouse Romance. Roadhouse Romance. Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. So there's my review of Finding Love in Mountain View. I'm going to give Finding Love in Mountain View a B+. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I just think it's very, very similar to Sweet Carolina, and I think you could have just spread this out a little bit more, but they just came out around the same time, within just a few months of each other. I think it's kind of harkening back to No Strings Attached and Friends of Benefits coming out in 2011. No Strings Attached starred Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher as two people who just decide to have sex and try and stay friends. But Romance Sparks, as well as Friends with Benefits, stars Mila Kunis, who coincidentally is married to Ashton Kutcher now. But it also stars Justin Timberlake, who are two friends who just agree to have sex without trying to develop feelings. They came out the same year with just a few months apart. And I'm just going to merge those two together with this one and Finding Love in Mountain View. This is the better film, but I still think this one is a really good film. So stay tuned for next week's videos. I will be, next week's Hallmark videos, because I will be reviewing the brand new Fall Harvest movie, Taking the Rain, starring Nikki DeLoach and Scott Porter, as well as the new Movies and Mysteries, I am so used to saying mystery, romantic drama movie, Rise and Shine, Benedict Stone. I will see all of you guys next time.